morning, Montgomery County. You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio, irlonestar.com. Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. This is Mornings with Lone Star with Dick and Skippy.
That's us.
Brought to you by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning and Conroe Coffee. It's going to be a great show today. It is Tuesday. It's 9:01. Today's 26th. Happy birthday to my dad.
Happy birthday, Rick.
And, yeah, we're hanging out here till 11 o'clock. We got a full lineup here on your community radio station, Montgomery County. Make sure to check out the show calendar for all the talk shows and also the music shows with Rick the Reluctant Cowboy. We got special guests coming in today. We have the 8th annual Fire Up the Bands.
What?
Happening Saturday, July 14th at Pacific Yard House. We're excited about that. That's going to be supporting the Conroe Firefighter Association, I believe. We're going to have them in the studio, so if you want to ask them a question, feel free to check us out. We're on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, all that good stuff. And we're also recording the show for our podcast, so make sure to subscribe to that if you always miss our weekly show.
There you go.
All right. Let's do some weather and traffic, if you don't mind.
I'll start
Skippy.
off with weather.
Yeah.
Already 81 degrees. Going to get up another 13 on top of that, up to 94. Oh, my gosh. Sunny all day long. Only a 1% chance of rain. That's today and tomorrow. Only a 1% chance of rain. Humidity, though, is 89%, so it's kind of not a dry heat. It kind of makes me feel like, in Aliens when, all that mugginess going on. Your glasses will fog up if you wear them, so be cautious about that. Next few days, highs in the low to mid-90s, lows in the mid-70s, but no rain in any forecast until possibly a week from today. And that's so far out. Who knows? That's just a flat out guess. Every weather person knows that 7 days out, you are guessing at that point. And a little bit of a breeze. The official Lone Star weather tree outside lets us know that winds are coming out of the south-southeast at 8 miles an hour. Not quite kite flying weather, but hope springs eternal. Not for kites, but for drones. There you go. Take your drone out today. You'll be safe. That's it for weather. And on traffic, I know that the driving in, it looked a little gnarly driving from Woodlands to Conroe northbound. Southbound looked a little backed up there. So we may have had some traffic issues. And I know Dick is actually, let me see if I can get to Houston Transtar real quick.
Oh, well, I'm looking around, and I'm not seeing any issues.
Oh, okay. It could have just been.
I'm just interacting with somebody on, someone asked a question on Facebook Live, so I had to let them know.
Cool.
Yeah, looking at traffic, the only thing that's really noticeable is northbound I-45 right there at Highway 99 and 45. Coming into the Woodlands is a slowdown, which is typical around this time of the morning. Outside that, I'm not seeing any accidents or incidences at all. I do want to say a special shout out to my friend Marcel. His baby was born this morning at 2:05 this morning. You met Marcel.
I did.
He was that tall man who helped us move.
That's
Marcel.
Oh, okay. So I just met him. Yes, I know.
So he's in Memorial right now at the hospital.
Is this the first baby?
His first baby, yes.
I hope you enjoyed sleep when you could get it, because that ain't gonna happen again for quite a while. Well, wonderful. Do they have any names picked out?
No, I don't know. I don't.
Marcel.
You know what's funny is my mother gives me the hardest time because of me not knowing questions like that. Because I always go like, I don't really care about that much detail. Like, I just know it happened.
Well, don't you want maybe them to consider naming the baby after you?
Well, it's like when I come home, like I remember I came home from like college, and I went to school, like elementary school, middle school, high school, and college, all the same people. And she'd always ask, "Oh, how's Cody doing?" And I'm like, "He seems fine." "Oh, like, is he dating anybody?" I'm like, I don't really know. I don't really know those answers to those questions. He's fine. I saw him. He's smiling. He's good to go.
Well, maybe they were wanting to know how you were doing, but didn't know how to do it. So they asked about Cody.
Well, I always tell her I'm regular.
Are you?
So, and I figure that's like the doctor's input, right?
I'm regular.
So, but yeah, today's going to be a good day. You ready for today?
Yeah, because you're regular.
Yeah. So, okay. So again, we're going to have a special guest come in.
Yeah, Jessica Stark coming in. She sounds like she needs to either be in an Iron Man movie or Game of Thrones. Or maybe some Netflix.
Really? Just because her name is
Jessica Stark.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna give it to you, but still.
No, there's some names that you know they're character names. Dick Schisler, Sean Thompson don't really pop out as character names in a movie or something. Now, if it were Sean O'Brien, okay, or Dick Masterson, that kind of thing. But but come on, Jessica Stark? Are you kidding me? That is like right out of Game of Thrones, or Tony Stark's sister when they have Iron Man 7 and it's Iron Woman, Iron Person.
Yeah.
Then that Netflix film, Jessica Jones.
She and her cousin, a firefighter, will be coming in and talking about the 8th annual Fire Up the Bands at 9:45.
At 9:45 today, so stay tuned on that. We want to hear about Fire Up the Bands with a firefighter. I just got the fun there. Well played, people. Well played. There you go.
Again, if you have questions for them, you know what to do. There's several ways to contact us. irlonestar.com/MWLS. All right, so let's talk about some funny things I've been reading around town and different websites and everything. Did you know it takes a 6-figure salary in San Francisco to be considered low income?
I believe that now. I would have thought maybe high figures, like 95 a year, but I figure if you're making less than 150,000 a year, now is this per person or per household?
Household.
Then I can see that. It's even outside of there, just it's one of those things. I think if you're in Texas, your household,
well,
50, 75.
Well, to give you an idea, there was a local paper down there called SF Gate.
Okay.
They did a report. Every year, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development releases income limits, which is the minimum income level required to qualify for some affordable housing programs. So to be considered low income in San Francisco, San Mateo, and Marin counties, a family of 4 must earn over $117,000 a year.
Wow.
Very low income is considered $73,000.
Which I think would be kind of moderate to high income in Texas. Meaning, you can survive just fine depending on how you live and how you budget and what kind of house you live in, as low as in the 30s, 40s, or 50s. So 70s means you got a little gravy on top of that. And this is, assuming there's either one working parent or one worker.
Everyone likes gravy.
We all like the gravy. Are you a brown gravy or a white gravy guy?
I'm just gravy guy.
Are you gravy? See,
I like gravy.
I'm only brown gravy.
I like my gravy spicy too. So if you add some spicy sausage to it, or
wow, you learn something new every day. Dick and I have been doing this every morning for months on end now.
No, typically I like to have sliced jalapenos just on a side of any kind of food I eat, so I can just kind of sprinkle it, like either diced or sliced. It doesn't matter.
You're a braver man than I. So can't do it. Although where was I? I was at one of those a gala, what they call rubber chicken galas, where you get the dinner and the food was good, but they had a jalapeno infused mashed potato.
Yeah.
And I did one of those, like in My Cousin Vinny when he's trying to eat the grits and he's got like one single little bitty grit on his fork. I was doing the same thing with a potato, and it was actually quite good. The jalapeno taste wasn't overpowering. Yeah. Now over the weekend, went to a great celebration, the half Christmas celebration, hosted at Brett's house, and there was it was funny because the host was Jewish, so we had a lot of traditional Jewish food. So we had some amazing brisket and these 2 salsas that seriously could just clean out any drain pipe. They were so.
Those are my favorite.
I took the green sauce because I thought, okay, this one will probably be easier on me. And as I was tearing up as I'm trying to munch down on this one chip, I thought, Dick would really like this sauce. So I'll find out whose it was.
I'm all about that.
All about the sauce.
That's one thing I've been asking Holly after we move in and get everything settled. I really wanted to see if we could do like a pepper garden.
Pepper garden, okay.
Yeah, different types of peppers. And then
now you got those seeds, didn't you?
Yeah, then my cat kind of wanted to knock it off. And it went everywhere. And that was while we were gone, so there's no way to recoup those bad boys.
I know you were wanting those
those ghost peppers. I was really excited about that. Well, no, that's something I've been trying to figure out. I have a buddy in Houston that her family owns one of those small kind of like plant places.
Mm-hmm.
And they grow several different peppers. So I asked when the season peaks, that can just pot some of the plants for me, so I don't have to actually grow them, because I don't want to go through that again. I'd rather just transplant them.
So bringing a headline from yesterday that you're an Amazon Prime member, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to be getting discounts from Whole Foods. Whole Foods just kind of strikes me as the kind of place
You know
that would
what's
have
weird
pepper
though?
seeds.
I don't even know where the Whole Foods is. Like, where's the closest one here?
There's one pretty close to me in the Woodlands on Hughes Landing.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me then. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's
the Woodlands.
It's the Woodlands.
They got everything.
Well, they got they definitely have a
what don't the Woodlands have?
An amusement park.
Oh, New Caney has one of those.
I know. We have a mini version, a diet version of Splashdown. It's Rob Fleming Aquatic Center.
Mm-hmm.
And it's part of the pool system. So you think, oh, it's just a pool. No, this is like, if you look up photos of this, they have the inner tube slides, a lazy river, just all, it's astounding.
Yeah.
And it's relatively, it's pretty inexpensive too. So there you go.
Okay. Well, what do you think about San Francisco being so expensive? Is that something that's ever going to hit? I mean, Houston or up here, Montgomery or?
California is the most progressive state, and I say this without political slant. I'm saying that when new things are
without
tried
political
out,
slant, yeah, right.
I'm capable of it. And I also lived in California as a kid for a little bit. And they are, for good or ill, they tend to be the forefront to try something new, a new law, a new policy, a new industry. You know, we have the entertainment industry out there. We have silicon industry out there now. You know, you go up a little north, you have logging industry, and it's pretty progressive. And that's what I'm not saying progressive like a progressive liberal. I'm just saying they are the forefront. So that also a lot of pilot programs happen there on the West Coast. The head tax we were talking about, that businesses were being charged extra money to pay for the city's homeless problem. And of course, the outcry was so large, saying it's not our job to help your problem. So I'm not surprised that like San Francisco is so expensive. And I think that's actually getting up to Los Angeles level salary level, that, you know, to live in Los Angeles, you've got to make a boatload of money because it's just, the cost of living is just so insane. Gasoline prices are so high. There's no real transportation. Plus you have to look the part. So I don't think we'll ever get as bad as San Francisco, let's say in Houston, but if we did, that would mean that San Francisco is so much more at that point. So if we ever come to the point where you have to make $150,000 a year in Houston to be considered low income, then in San Francisco, it'll be $400,000. So,
well, I think what's interesting about the article was basically saying you can apply for services.
In what context?
Well, like the low income services to help the family. That's why I brought that up, because basically the housing, that's why I was saying they set limits every year, and that was part of the limit.
I got you now. Okay, so Skippy tracking with you now.
Yeah,
so
I'm not talking about
anyone
I don't really care about real estate. I'm more talking about, you know, can you imagine making $100,000 in a household
and going on the dole?
Yeah, and doing something that had to help you out. Yeah, something.
Wow, that is okay. I'm shifting gears now.
You understand? That's why I brought it up, man.
Well, no. There are two different tracks, and I like the track you're taking on that. And that is, well, yeah, because again, with the progressivism, you know, San Francisco has a horrendous homeless problem. And
what?
I'm formulating the thought to say I can actually see, again, California being the forefront to say you make this much money, yet you still need a government subsidy of some kind. And again, that's something we're saying. I don't think Houston, in that context, Houston and surrounding areas will never get there. Texas is not I don't want to say a welfare state, because that's just the wrong phrasing. We tend not to want that government handout as much as some other states in Texas. Texans tend to be very self-sufficient,
okay,
or neighborly. So no, Houston will never get to that point where you can make $150,000 a year and still be considered low income enough to get subsidized. So, good topic there. I like it. Yeah.
Tell you.
Sorry, I was late to the punchline party on that one.
Cool. Your political slant always blocks you and blinds you. You're like one of those racehorses with the blinders on.
It was my effort to not be political that stymied my powers of deduction.
Sure. Well, you're listening to Lone Star Community Radio here on IRLoneStar.com and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, broadcasting live from the LSCR studios. We're going to take a quick break and say thanks to our sponsors, Conroe Coffee and Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Don't forget, around the top of the hour, we're going to have Fire Up the Bands in the studio. We'll be right back.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Don't forget to download the Lone Star Community Radio app for your Google Play or Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM. That is Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
From the beginning, the main purpose of the Cooperative Extension Service has been to change human behavior by teaching people how to apply the results of scientific research. By utilizing a holistic, multi-level approach, Extension family and community health programs encourage health and well-being for everyone. Addressing values, concerns, and needs with reliable science-based information, Extension programs help people lead healthier lives. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.
The Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service has been dedicated to educating Texans for over a century. In 1915, the Extension program was established under the federal Smith-Lever Act to deliver university knowledge and agricultural research findings directly to the people. Ever since, AgriLife Extension programs have addressed the emerging issues of the day, serving diverse populations across the state. Texans turn to Extension for solutions in horticulture, agriculture, 4-H and youth, and family and consumer sciences. Extension agents respond not only with answers, but also with resources and services that result in significant returns on investment to boost the economy. Join us Fridays at 1 o'clock for the AgriLife Extension Hour.
Welcome back, Mornings Lone Star, Lone Star Community Radio, HigherLoneStar.com. 919. We're just talking about San Francisco. But now, next, let's talk about the crazy world of people disliking other people. And when is it going to end?
Are we hitting a tipping point?
No, I think people just hate each other. It just happens.
Here's the thing. I think there are those that are being whipped into a frenzy, a mob frenzy to hate each other. And I think this is what's been going on. It kind of came to light when Maxine Waters over the last day or so has been telling people, whipping people into frenzy and equating peaceful protest with behavior that is just not really socially acceptable. It's, I'm not, yeah, I guess on some levels I am Mr. Golden Rule. Do try to treat people as you want to be treated. And that's where this goes down. And this is back and forth. This is both sides. That's what I was saying yesterday. My biggest fear is that the next time there is someone in the other party who leads the administration, that the GOP doesn't say, well, okay, we took 4 years or 8 years of getting pooping on, so we're going to give it right back. No, someone's got to stop and say, enough. This is just dumb. I really think we're hitting a tipping point. As more and more things come out, we were talking about this off the air, that, like it or not, the current president's approval ratings have been hovering right around 50%, which is higher than the previous 2 or 3 presidents at the same time frame.
When you bring this stuff up like that, Like that just can't. You cannot make that a true statement.
Okay.
Well, because like the polls and everything, who are they asking? You're asking people who don't care already, because who wants to answer a poll question? And then whoever decides to win, I just don't see how you can derive a truth from a poll.
Okay, it's a Gallup. Well, here's the thing: it's a Gallup poll. It's a single poll, which means the same company, and so.
Well, they have a procedure. They call phone numbers, or they get volunteers.
Right.
But to me, like the mindset of a volunteer who wants to answer a poll question for Gallup, I mean, it's already kind of like skewed right at the beginning, because you're either going to get somebody who just says, "Who cares?" Like, yeah, sure, or you're going to get people who are professional pollers who are going to be there all the time, always answering. And that's just what they. It's not like jury duty where they love to serve the country.
Or think about it. According to what the media would like to portray, everybody hates the president or this administration. Led by the president, but it's like everybody. The entire GOP is responsible for baby killing and family, and being torn apart. So if people are being called by Gallup, those people would be the first answer. Go, I hate him, 0, 0, 0. So his poll numbers would come down. So you're kind of proving my point that this is the same Gallup poll that's been used for president after president after president.
Well, I think it's also
so it's a standard. So
didn't they say that Hillary Clinton was going to win?
No, those were CNN. That wasn't Gallup. That wasn't Rasmussen. Those were exit polls.
Okay.
And those are people too afraid because the vitriol was already happening. If you went in and voted for Trump or Huckabee or Santorum, who cares, or Sanders, anybody but Hillary, and you came out, who'd you vote for? You go,
I just don't know. Any poll, especially when they say like 9 out of 10 dentists recommend this toothpaste. I'm like, all right, man.
Did you see the commercial where it's like 4 out of 5?
I just don't believe that stuff.
Well, you got to read the small print.
Is it wrong? A great commercial. Are you saying I'm wrong to not believe it?
What, those polls? Well, a poll is all again. Polls in general.
Well, I mean that's
like a movie rating. You had Siskel and Ebert could never agree, but they were both equally qualified. So it's a matter of personal taste. So a poll, it depends on the questions that are asked. So on a scale of 1 to 20, how sucky a president is Trump right now? Well, there you go. But if you ask a unbiased question.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's just because the thing I don't like about that kind of thing is because that's how you're able to present the situation is based off a poll, and I'm like, you can't base it.
But no, this is the same poll that's been used for decades, if not almost centuries now. So, but at least decades. So we can't all of a sudden, much like the immigration issue, we can't just right now get outraged at something that's been going on for decades.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. Still say that the timing of that within minutes of the Inspector General's report, no one's talked one word on a headline.
Well, the thing I don't get about that, like I get that statement, but no one's even going to report on it anyway because they don't want to.
That's what I'm saying. They're looking for something. I believe I don't want to say there's some cabal somewhere. But I think there's a list of the Inspector General's report come out. What can we say? Look over here with.
So you think
ripping babies out of the parents' arms.
So you think there's a conversation at say like MSNBC goes, all right, someone calls and is concerned about this Inspector General's report. Just say, hey, we're really focused on this border thing.
I don't say it's MSNBC. I say it's the DNC. It's already been well established that they feed information to the outlets, MSNBC and CNN.
Yeah, okay.
DNC gave CNN. CNN gave the DNC, which was funded by the Clinton Foundation. Remember, the DNC was about to go under.
I mean, you could say connect the dots and everything, but I don't think people pay attention that much to the current mass media. I really don't.
And it's that's where my original point with that. The polls are a good indicator. They're skewed and stuff, but they're a good indicator of what the national Joe public.
And do you think this all started because they decided to make a news channel 24/7?
If memory serves, the very first one was called SNC, Satellite News Channel, because one of my first jobs moving back to America in '82 was selling cable TV door to door. It was a brand new thing, and you had to convince people of it. I finally got smart, and I got like every channel possible to my house. My mom's house. And then I'd have viewing parties. I'd invite the neighborhoods to come in and watch and then have them sign up there. But it was a satellite news channel and trying to convince people, it is a channel that gives you 24-hour news, 24 hours a day. And they're like, there's not enough news that could cover that.
But there is.
There is now, but people are just used to getting a relatively straightforward headline and then a relatively straightforward follow-up. That was the quote, the old days. go back to Cronkite, even though Cronkite was firmly opposed to the Vietnam War, there would be the headline, facts and figures. He wouldn't toe the propaganda line. And then as more time progressed, he would give his thoughts on it. One from the Morrow School as well, Edward Morrow, same thing. Producing concise news headlines and bite-sized
what's
pieces.
strange, though, is I don't think I've actually sat down and watched a 24-hour news station recently, like in the past, since 2016.
I have to agree. Same with me.
So maybe we should give that a try. How about today? That's our goal today. Between today and also on the show on Friday, we'll talk about it.
So we're just gonna
you have to watch 2 hours of it between now and Friday.
And is it swapping channels, or do I just tune into one?
You can use 2 hours of 24-hour news. So we can agree that it's like MSNBC, CNN, Fox News. What else is there? Those
are the primary ones, because you have CNN, BBC World News.
Okay, is that 24 hours?
I believe they have a 24-hour network. I don't know if it's available on American cable or not.
I'll be right back.
Okay, sounds good. So I'll take it from there. So Skippy's on the air solo right now. So moving past that one, do keep tuning in, because shortly we're going to have Jessica Stark talk about Fire Up the Bands happening in just a few minutes here. And it's going to be a great nonprofit musical fundraising gala. Oh, another thing we can talk about that's in the headlines right now, and Dick and I were talking about this off the air, was Harley Davidson has a division that produces motorcycles for the European market. There are, even with a motorcycle, the emission standards are different. They're not the same complete as the American ones. It's not like they build them all in an American model and just ship them over there. They have talked about, in anticipation of an EU response to President Trump's new tariffs, that they're moving their European division to Europe. That way, it's not an import-export situation. It's not a tariff situation. To which the president has given Harley Davidson the heads up. If you leave, and it's not one of those, if you walk out this door and never come back, but it's like, if you leave to do that, if and when you ever decide to come back, you're going to be subject to the same taxation as you would otherwise. So hang chill here. And this is very interesting, because there's no easy answers to this one. First off, with the tariff fight, and we decided to theme the show kind of, changing the narrative, because the narrative seems to get changed on a heartbeat. The narrative seems to be what people want, what some news outlets want people to be talking about. I'll repeat, I'll iterate. I find it no coincidence that this whole immigration outrage sprang from out of nowhere within minutes, if not hours, of the Inspector General's report. No one's talked about the Inspector General's report as a result. It's almost like a Benghazi thing. The second Benghazi started happening, it's a movie about Muhammad, changing the narrative, and then you make it real. Hands up, don't shoot. All these things are just quickly change the narrative, make it fit us. It's the same thing with the tariffs on this situation, that China and the European Union has what's called VAT.
Man, you're still talking about
value
this?
added. I was covering for you while you were gone. Did you get food?
Never doing that again.
No, we're talking about Harley Davidson now.
Okay.
Put on the Harley Davidson. So, the 25% tariffs that the Trump administration is talking about imposing on European Union. Now it matches the 25% VAT that's been charged the other way. Value-added tax. So basically, what these tariffs are doing are evening the playing field.
Why do you think? I know very little about the World Economic. Why do you think all of a sudden now is a time for anyone to voice concern over that?
Because the tariffs are not being imposed. So they're like,
I meant more of, because you can look at what both sides are kind of shading, or what kind of picture they're coloring for everybody. But like, for example, the Donald Trump keeps saying, this is already existing on their end, so we're just making it on our end because we're being taken advantage of. Now, why do you think it's just now he's saying that? Like, why wasn't anyone else in the past saying, like, hey, we might need to reevaluate the way we do our tariffs or the way we do our trade?
Because, in my opinion, the past few presidents, so listen up, people, I'm talking about both sides.
You're talking about leader. You're talking about the president. This has nothing to do with Congress or anything like that.
No, this has been straightforward. much like the same since 1994, it was voted upon and agreed to put an embassy in Jerusalem. But from that moment on, every president until this current one was timid, hesitant to rock a boat, to tick off the wrong people. And I'm verbally putting in question marks on that. So the whole tariff situation, yeah, we have been brutally. I'm trying to find a radio-friendly version.
Well, that's what, like, you use words like brutal, and it's like all of a sudden, like, how did we get here? That's what people are kind of exclaiming.
Well, I think that right now, this current president could cure cancer, and a lot of people would find fault with it.
Why does it take the president to say something?
No,
that's what I don't really get.
Because it is a foreign policy, and so the president will manage does have come in with a foreign policy agenda, foreign policy and domestic policy agendas. To say,
but I just haven't heard. I haven't heard a talking head or heard any. I haven't really seen or heard anything in the past 10 years about, hey, we need to redo our trade with.
Right, because of primary reason. Tariffs and international trade are business decisions, not really political ones. They're byproducts of political decisions. Hey, we'll give you $4 billion if you don't build nukes. But as far as day-to-day tariffs, the trade happens with the businesses. We haven't had a businessman. We've had a disengaged politician. Again, on both sides of the aisle, Republican and Democrat presidents are so out of touch with how much a gallon of milk costs that they don't care about tariffs. They don't worried about the diplomatic slants to it. We have a businessman now who's saying this is a bad business deal. If in any other context in the universe, if you're charging me 25% something that I'm not charging you on, I'm going to start charging you 25% on.
Okay.
There you go. But anyhow, Harley, Skippy wants to just say, hang around town for a while.
I didn't realize, though, Harley-Davidson's owned by a Japanese company.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. This isn't a buy American thing. I'm not going, waving a flag. I'm just saying Harley-Davidson. Hang around here for a while. You'd be amazed to see what happens. I think there's a lot of bluster from China and the European Union right now. The European Union couldn't even hold on to England.
That's true.
Just hang chill.
Well, let's take a break real quick.
Okay.
Say thanks to our sponsors. Don't forget, Fire with the Band is going to be in the studio around 9:45. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Woo-hoo.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
A Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's radio station with talk, music, weather, and traffic for Montgomery County. Have a question or comment about one of our shows? Want to know how to reach a host? Just contact the station at irlonestar.com or call in and leave a message at 936-647-3776. Get involved with your community with the Lone Star Community Radio.
Did you know that there are over 153 million orphans in the world today? The sad reality is 99% of those kids will likely never be adopted. CoreLove is an organization right here in Conroe that takes care of orphan children in Haiti, Honduras, and India. We bring the love of Jesus by providing their 6 basic needs of clean water, proper food, healthcare, education, job skills, and a loving home. Visit corelove.org. That's CORELUV.org. Will you help defend the orphan?
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Listen in Mondays at noon to hear Conroe news from local nonprofits, businesses, upcoming events, Conroe Park events, news stories, and information that matters to you with your host, Margie Taylor of Taylorized PR. For more information about being a guest, visit irlonestar.com/Conroe Culture.
Welcome back. 936 here on Mornings with Lone Star. Hanging out in the studio with Skippy.
Yo.
Brought to you by Conroe Coffee and Clean Sweep Office Clean, broadcasting live from the Lone Star Community Radio Studios in downtown Conroe. Jessica, you can take a seat right here. You're good.
In a few minutes, we'll have Jessica Stark talking about Fire Up the Band.
Well, we were supposed to have some firefighters in here, but apparently there was a fire.
I know, right? We know where their priorities are. Let's go out and save the people of Conroe.
Yeah, not be on the radio.
Come on the radio.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Maybe it's gonna be a short fire, like a little trash can fire. They, put it out and make it back in time.
I wonder how often that happens. You have like the concerned neighbor who sees like a little smoke, and then they call like, "There's a fire next door," and then it turns out to be a trash can fire. Or...
Think about it, because on a more serious note, we talked with Skip Strauss from Emergency Chaplain Group about first responders. Every day they go see some bad stuff. But every time a firefighter gets a call, that I'm flashing back the old. That was from Emergency. It was a 70s TV show about there was Gage, it was Dixie the nurse, and it was like a hospital and the paramedics and the fire department. Anyhow, every time they get that call, they have no idea what they're going into. They're assuming it's a hotel on fire with 3,000 people trapped inside. So you're amped up on that. Your adrenaline's going, okay, this could be the call, and then it is Fluffy stuck up in a tree. Okay. And I can't imagine. We got to talk to one of these firefighters someday just to imagine the emotional roller coaster.
Especially the chain of command. You got that new recruit who probably is the last person they tell.
And then this first one to go up to get Fluffy out of the tree.
Yeah.
Hey, Proby, go get the cat out.
It's not like a...
Proby's face is covered with cat scratches.
Jessica, you have no idea what we're talking about.
Leave some salmon at the bottom of the tree and they'll come down.
Is that true?
It's very true.
Oh, man. Didn't know that.
Unless the other cats in the neighborhood descend upon the salmon before the cat in the tree.
Then that's an animal control problem, not a fire problem.
Ah, there you go.
Are you a firefighter?
I am not a firefighter.
Do you know firefighter?
I played one on TV once, though.
Really?
Uh-huh.
You're an actress?
No. Kind of.
What does that mean? Skippy, what does that mean if an actress says kinda?
Did you have an extra role in a feature or TV series? Were you an extra in a TV series or?
No.
Movie?
No.
What? Industrial video?
No. Keep going.
Web?
Well, my brain's going to dark places, so I'm not going to keep going.
Commercial, boys. A commercial.
Commercial TV. That would have been right after the next one I would have come up with.
Uh-huh.
Oh, sure.
I was wearing a firefighter costume. Oh, I saw that movie. It was on HBO late one night. Okay, so I'm going to go back.
Well,
which commercial? Don't leave singing. Oh, darn. See?
Oh, great.
She
She's
took
one
us
of
to
these
the edge.
types. She's one of these types.
She thinks she can take us on.
We're going to talk about Fire the Bands around 9:45, but until then, speaking of fires, there's a fire sale going on at Toys R Us.
What?
Yeah, they're closing. They're finally closing the doors this week.
Like all the way?
All the way.
Now, here's the thing. I went like a month ago.
Yeah.
And I was really upset because the sign's going out of business. Everything was maximum 15% off. Maximum. Like everything was like 10% off. Like, no, you
What do you think it is today?
I think it's like 50% off, but I think it's going to be really cruddy stuff. Hula hoops.
You mean Toys R Us had cruddy stuff?
What's a world without Toys R Us?
We're about to find out.
That's true.
Starting next week.
But you also...
I mean, what was your favorite store as a kid?
Well, it depends.
Toys R Us. I mean, that was the go-to store for probably till I was like 11 or 10.
Yeah, then for me, it went from Toys R Us to Sharper Image.
So
I have a 10-year-old little boy.
So yeah, what do you do for him?
He's not sad about Toys R Us at all.
Oh, I know. That's what gets
Amazon Primes.
Well, no, that's what I was reading. A lot of people, what happens is YouTube has become a huge influencer on buying toys because they see a commercial or they find a YouTube video of a toy, and that's when they go to Amazon and buy it.
It's a real thing.
That's the new shopping for toys for
kids.
That
just staggers me because when I was young, and obviously I'm as old as the two of you combined, everything was tactile. We'd go to the store, we'd ride the big wheel, we'd feel it. It was like, and then you'd get it bought for you and take it home.
Yeah,
you would
but
test drive everything.
I mean, that only applies really today. Like the Best Buy is basically the tactile for Amazon for expensive equipment for electronics.
Yeah. See, I'm old school because
But
same thing with like
toys-
buying clothes or shoes. I have to
feel it.
I have to try it
You have
on
to touch it.
because I've
Well,
got
you're
a
also
shoe
you're
size.
also an adult. We're talking about a kid who literally doesn't care, and they fill in the gaps with their imagination on a toy. So like they don't need to feel it; they just want it. And when they get it, it's like that's how long is that toy really going to last
True.
for an adult, for a kid's mind?
I also remember as a kid, we'd watch the commercials where you'd see the like the action figures actually flying through the air. And that was before the days you had not an actual flying toy because some kid cried and their parents sued the toy company that you imply that Buzz Lightyear could fly. And so now you get to,
That's a good joke.
well, no, because you have to in the commercials nowadays, you have to see
No,
the
that
kid's
literally
hand
you don't
holding
remember
them.
that in
Yeah.
Toy Story. That was he
Yeah.
thought he could
I made
fly.
it meta
Yeah, no, I like it.
because there was a commercial that says Buzz Lightyear's not an
But
actual
I
flying
don't
toy.
see it being a problem because you have an opportunity for Target or Walmart to have more of a hands-on department in their toys. I mean, I doubt Walmart because actually the whole store Walmart's hands-on.
Mhm.
But like Target could do that. They could just set up aisle specifically for showing the Lego sets or whatever.
Yeah,
Right?
I agree.
They could.
And
I
like
don't
one-
know. I don't shop for toys, so
Well,
I
I
have
th-
no idea.
And I remember when FAO Schwartz left Houston, and that was just a gut punch. FAO Schwartz is a toy,
Well, I know what it is.
really high-end toy store. Did you ever see the movie Big with Tom Hanks where he becomes a grown-up? Okay, well, it's a very upscale toy store. Very
Really?
hands-on.
You've
I'm
never
not a Tom Hanks fan, no.
Oh, what?
What?
That's like saying you're not a Mr.
And
Rogers
you've been
fan.
listening to Jessica Stark, and we'll be back.
Yeah.
But no, FAO Schwartz used to be a very high-end toy store where you could touch and play with everything they'd like encouraged you to.
Well, Brett was letting us know that they're closing their brick and mortar stores, but they'll have an online presence.
Well, yeah, so does Montgomery Ward.
Does it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Some Canadian company bought out Montgomery Ward and became a catalog company. I know that because they sent me a catalog. But that's the thing. It's not losing Toys R Us so much as just losing the brick and mortar toy store. Because, like, I know in the Woodlands, the only one that's left after that is what's it called? Learning Center, Learning Station. It's kind of like where it's got the Ferris wheels. Everything's made out of wood. You know, like the Thomas the Tank Engine sets and stuff like that. But no everyday toys. I will miss Toys R Us, but I got to go hit them to see what they have left.
I mean, I'm not really interested in toys, so
Well, I am.
okay,
So
that's fine with me.
I'm going to go check it out as I watch 2 hours. So my homework is I have
what
to
you're
go hit a
telling
toy
me,
store.
You're gonna go there and shop for the next like 6 years for your grandkids,
You're right.
and you'll just store it in the closet
and hope for the best. You guys,
Here's a
you guys
7,
like,
8, 9, 10. This is smart, right?
You guys like Sorry, don't you? Here you go. You like backgammon?
Those are always on sale though.
And-
I
well,
don't think
yeah.
I don't think you need a store going out of
Hey, look, kids, Chinese tuckers,
out
come
of
play with
business.
Pops.
Yeah. Okay.
So
See-
my homework is I got to go hit Toys R Us. I got to watch 2 hours of
24-hour news
of
cycle.
24-hour news cycle, and I have to watch Baby Driver.
Okay, it's a good week for you.
Yeah, I've had worse weeks.
Okay.
Anyhow, Jessica's wondering what the hell we're talking about right now.
Well,
if she tuned in, she'd know a little more. I'm just saying.
I'm still distraught over Toys R Us going out of business.
I know, right? It is.
How are we going to make our Christmas list now?
That's true. The big book. Yeah, they used to come out. I remember that.
Oh,
Is that right? Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, I make sure I get the Neiman Marcus Christmas book. Have you seen that?
No.
It's where they have like the $100,000 BMW Christmas edition. It's like the billionaire's Christmas catalog.
It's a little ridiculous.
Oh, it's insanely ridiculous. I love it.
Well, we're going to take a break.
Okay.
And when we come back, we're actually going to do the official capacity of Jessica, which is to promote Fire of the Bands happening next month. It's a fundraiser for the Conroe Firefighters Association, right? Okay, good. I said it right. We're brought to you by Conroe Coffee, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. We'll be right back here on Lone Star Community Radio.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266 7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Don't forget to download the Lone Star Community Radio app from your Google Play or Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM. That's Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. If you are on the computer, bookmark irlonestar.com as your internet radio station. A Lone Star Community Radio, broadcasting 24/7 from the heart of downtown Conroe, Texas.
We have the safest food supply in the world. Strict laws and regulations restrict the usage of hormones, antibiotics, and pesticides within our food supply. Production agriculture practices and technologies such as the use of GMOs, which is not any more or less risky than conventional crop production, has allowed American farmers to produce more food on less acres in environmentally sound ways. Find out more online at pathtotheplate.tamu.edu. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make lives better.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Hispanic Chamber Connections with Dr. Carlos Sanchez, president of the Woodlands Conroe Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, featuring event announcements, member highlights, and more. Tuesdays at 1 p.m., broadcasting from the heart of Conroe, Texas on irlonestar.com and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
All right, welcome back. Mornings Lone Star, irlonestar.com, and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, broadcasting live from the LSCR studios. Here we go. We got Fire Up the Bands coming up your way July 14th, I believe. You can check out more information on Facebook. Just type it in 8th Annual Fire Up the Bands 2018. Is there a website or anything like that?
Or you can go to the Conroe Professional Firefighters page on Facebook. They have all the information there that you need for Fire Up the Bands 2018.
Okay.
All the information?
All the information.
Or is there something
except for that special person we have coming in to play that night. That's a secret until July 1st.
We've actually got someone who's waiting for the
they wanted us to get it out of you, but I don't think that's going to happen there, Clint.
I'm pretty tight-lipped these days.
Now, is that so? Basically, what Fire Up the Bands is an all-day event fundraising for the Conroe Professional Firefighter Association.
Yes.
And
so every year they put on Fire Up the Bands. This is their 8th annual Fire Up the Bands. Since 2011, they've been able to give back $150,000 to the community through this charity event. So we're incredibly excited this year. It's going to be held at Pacific Yard House. This is our first year to do it at Pacific Yard House.
Where's it been done in the past?
It's been done at Papa's out on the lake.
Okay.
So
cool. And anything particular prompted the move? You wanted to check out new digs?
Yes. So the main thing is it's going to be July 14th and it's going to be incredibly hot. Pacific Yard House has AC, so
never underestimate
I'm
the power
extremely
of
excited
Freon.
about this AC event,
And because of Freon, where they're coming to Pacific Yard House. Well played, Pacific Yard House. Well played.
Well, who's the lineup?
So at first, opening at 4, we have Josh Fuller, right?
Okay.
So he'll come in, open the event for us from 5:30 to 6:30. If you sponsor a table, you get a happy hour, an open bar happy hour. That'll be from 5:30 to 6:30. And then Zach Wilkerson will come on at 6. He'll play. Then at 8, we'll have the live auction going on. And then the Dirty River Boys will be from 10:30 until they shut us down.
And you can get tickets, pre-order tickets, right?
Yes. So it's all going to be posted on Facebook. We haven't actually went live with that yet, but it's going to be the link to Outhouse Tickets does all of our ticket sales. So you'll go on that website.
Yeah, I literally just typed in Google, 2018 Fire Up the Bands. It found it.
Yes,
It's right there.
It's really easy to find, right? So you go to that link and you pick out your table, or you can get individual tickets after. So the individual tickets, if you don't want to sponsor a table, if you don't want to join us for the real party, then you can come on at 9:30. Those are $20 general admission tickets. You can come on in at 9:30. You can drink, but it'll be standing room only for those 9:30.
So let me get this straight. You can, if you're a sponsor, you get in early.
Right. So,
but then at 9 p.m., that's
9:30.
9:30. That's
9:30.
when the normal people can get in.
Us cheapos.
You throw that word normal out there like it means something.
Or peasants.
Well, what is what are the sponsorship levels?
So it's the way that this is set up. The closer the table to the stage, the more it is.
Okay.
So,
apparently we have
there's Lieutenant
firefighters
Lloyd
coming in.
Sandefeld. Come on in.
Awesome. We can get this set up. We do have firefighters finally coming in the studio.
So they were supposed to be here this morning when we went on air, but unfortunately they had to go save some lives or something like that.
Yeah, we get a little busy sometimes in the morning.
Was it a cat in a tree? We were taking bets off the air.
I would like to think that those are usually the easy ones, but no, it wasn't a cat in a tree, unfortunately.
So we got Lieutenant Lloyd Sandifer, right, with the City of Conroe Fire Department here, just kind of plunked down. He just Conan Pamela out of the way here. Sorry, Pamela.
Sorry, man.
Maybe you can take some photos or something of this event now. But
yeah, there
that's
you go.
exactly what she's going to do. So we're glad you made it because we were talking.
Sorry, I'm a little late.
No, you're good. Well, we're just talking about Fire With the Bands, which is happening on July 14th over at the Pacific Yard House. Tickets are available on outhousetickets.com. Just look up Fire With the Bands 2018. We're kind of going over what you guys do, and this is the 8th annual, so it's a pretty big, well-known thing around here. A lot of good music, and I know you'll have a special announcement on July 1st for the closing act. Is that the safe way to say it?
Well, he's the feature act.
He's the main event.
We have a
He's
heat.
the main event.
We have a heat.
Okay.
Okay, so we know that you can't tell
Lloyd,
us.
I had been able to not give them any details about our special guy coming in, and you just blew it.
We're going to ask you, does it rhyme with Bruce Bream's theme?
Well, people are guessing
that
right
would
now
be
on
awesome,
Facebook Live.
but unfortunately, no.
Okay.
But he is, I would say, one of the kings of Texas country music. Let's just say that.
He's giving. You're
Billy
being way too easy on
Wilson?
them. You're being way too nice on them.
I don't know.
July
I don't
1st,
wanna-
right? Now, where are y'all
Yeah.
announcing it? Is it on like a Facebook, social media
It's going to
thing?
be all over our social media.
Okay.
Hopefully here, possibly, and we got some radio ad that we'll be also listening for. And
Come back on the air and do the big announcement here.
we can do that.
All right.
That'll be good. That'll
There
be
you
fun.
go.
But we
I
do
think
have
I'm gonna
a
be here
Facebook page,
July
Fire Up the
1st.
Bands, and then our Conroe Professional Firefighters Association page as well.
Okay.
Well, Lieutenant, do you know what started the Fire Up the Bands to begin with? 8 years ago, did some firefighters wake up one morning and say, "Hey,
Kind of, sort of. Back in 2011, we were doing a fundraiser for MDA, Fill the Boot. Everybody's familiar with that. There was a lot of construction going on in town with all of our good intersections that we would stand at to collect the money, and it just really wasn't working out anymore. So by happenstance, we teamed up with the group at County Line Barbecue on Lake Conroe. And at the time, they were doing a Friday night music series, Texas Country Music Series throughout the summer. And they had let us have their last weekend was Labor Day weekend. They let us have that for our event. So it kind of started there as a fundraiser for MDA, Fill the Boot. That happened there for a couple of years, and everybody knows they've closed down. Vita Jacks is there now. So we were looking for a new venue. So we ended up approaching Perry Lockridge at Papa's on the Lake. He welcomed us with open arms out there, and we did 1 year out there for MDA, and then we kind of regrouped rethought what we were doing, and decided to let's choose charities throughout the community here locally. The first one we did after rebranding that was the Montgomery County Youth Services. We raised them about $24,000 in one day. And we've helped, different charities since then. And last year we did the local veterans at the VFW Hall here in Conroe.
So what's this year?
This year, actually, is a special year for us. Last year, we actually filed for our own 501c3, and we got approved this spring. So, is what we do, all the charity stuff that we do throughout the year, the Coats for Kids, and all our benevolent stuff, even back to our members. We're going to move that over from what we normally did in our general operating fund over into our 501c3.
Conroe Firefighters Foundation.
Right, that's right. Conroe Firefighters
Okay.
Foundation. And so we're going to use that 501c3 to do all the charity events that we do throughout the year. We've always purchased stuff at the Conroe Livestock, Montgomery County Youth Livestock auction. And, our Coats for Kids is real successful. And so we're going to, that's going to be the inaugural event this year since we've moved locations also. And we kind of changed what we do a little bit as far as how we sell our tickets and the venue and where the money's going. But this is going to be the inaugural
Okay, cool.
fundraiser.
Yeah.
It's for our new charity. So
That is great. And listen up, boys and girls out there in Radio Land, that, every day, you've heard me say many times before that anyone that runs into a building that I'm running out of is tops in my book. But these men and women, seriously, every day put lives on the line, everything else. And on top of that, as if that's not enough, they're putting together nonprofits to help charities, to help the community. So they're giving back like way above and beyond what like anyone should be expected to do. So you got to come to this thing, to the Fire Up the Bands with headlining act. Who is it again? Damn, I almost had it. Jessica, let's talk with you again real quick. So you're you and Pamela, the co-owners of Intrepid Design, right? And how did you guys hook up with the firefighters here?
So we have been involved in the community for the last 3 years, fundraising for nonprofits and political clients. And we saw that there was a need for money, apparently, obviously, there's so many people out there who have good messages, good causes that they need to get out there, get into help in the community. And unfortunately, a lot of people have trouble raising those funds to be able to do that. So we partnered up with Lloyd this year. We're extremely excited. This is actually my first year to be involved. Pamela's done it before.
Okay.
But I've heard that Lloyd throws one heck of a party and other firefighters. So I'm excited. This is my first year to be involved with this. And I just went online and checked our ticket sales. We currently have 7 tables left out of all the tables at Pacific Yard House. So those tables are going really fast.
They are. We posted the ticket link publicly Sunday, and we've nearly sold out since then. So it's been a very good response from the
They've really been going fast.
community.
Well, if you're insanely desperate for, MCs, Dick and I will throw ourselves on that particular sword for you.
Dick's actually done that for us in the past. He's been there several years, and I think what was probably the second year we were at Papa's, you were, I think it was Roger Krager that night. Yeah. And he was the MC for us. So Dick's pretty familiar with Fire Up the Bands. He's partied with us a little bit.
It is one of the most interesting events because it's all day, in a sense, but you're changing it up this year where you have a special reserved tickets includes dinner and all that kind of stuff.
Right. And that's what we're doing a little bit differently this year. And, we didn't really invent that dinner and a show. We kind of mimicked what Do-Si-Do does. Down there. So yes, it's going to be a dinner, a show, and our live auction. Our live auction is a big deal because we always usually raise a lot of money on that. But on that note, I'm gonna let y'all take over. I'm gonna have to run one more time.
Oh my gosh, I got on another call.
But yeah, we're getting a call. So
it's like a special episode of Chips or something.
But,
all right,
thank y'all for having us, and thanks for helping us promote the event.
Good luck, guys.
Jessica,
Be safe.
I appreciate y'all.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah.
Awesome. Look at that. They come in late because they're on a call. They do their thing. And
So what's really important
Kind of
to
like Batman flying and
Well,
flying.
I know.
Well, I want the audience to know it's really important about this event, different from the last 7 years, is 9:30 is the general admission start. I don't want people to get confused on that because that's when you just pay $20. That goes towards the Firefighter Association Foundation, and then you get in and see the opening act or the unnamed act,
the unveiled act,
and then you get to hang out at the Pacific Yard House. But if you're interested in participating in the live auction and everything else prior, it starts at $150. That includes dinner and drinks and stuff like that. So it's important to know that's more of the fundraising part. But then if you want to enjoy some music, take a date, $20 per person, starting at 9:30 right there. Okay.
That's great. Now, listener Clint was at, trying to get more clues.
Well, it's not going to help, Clint.
Yeah, sorry. He was wondering if the headliners from Conroe.
Lloyd gave y'all enough, so.
Well, see, I'm purposely not delving into it because I like to be surprised. But do
maybe we should start that like on Facebook. We'll drop a clue every day.
Well, if anything, you could say any artist, he won't know who it is.
You're not a Texas country fan?
Not so much, no.
You will be.
One of us
wore
is
my
getting
boots today specifically for this, y'all. Come
One
on.
of us at this table is getting chastised outside the window. Someone looking at their watch and motioning that somebody's talking too much. Is that you or me that they were?
I don't know. We do have to take a break. We do have to
will
take a break. You guys mind hanging out for a little bit?
No, cool. We can.
All right. So you're listening to Mornings Lone Star, IR, LoneStar.com. It is 10:01. We'll be right back here on Lone Star Community Radio.
You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe, and worldwide on irlonestar.com. Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Does volunteering at a nonprofit horse sanctuary sound wonderful? Or are you a veteran or a veteran spouse and think trying a peer group session through a local Horses and Heroes equine program might be worth trying? Henry's Home Horse and Human Sanctuary, located in Grand Central Park by appointment only, is home to a growing number of rescued and donated horses. Visit our website at henryshomehorsesanctuary.org or check out our Facebook at Henry's Home Horse and Human Sanctuary for more information.
Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's radio station with talk, music, weather, and traffic for Montgomery County. Have a question, comment about one of our shows? Want to know how to reach a host? Just contact the station on irlonestar.com or call in and leave a message at 936-647-3776. Get involved with your community with Lone Star Community Radio.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Welcome back. Morning's Lone Star, Dick and Skippy, 10:05 on the dot in the studio. Weather already up to 85 degrees. Still going to get up to 93, another 8 degrees to go. Sunny, hot all day, only a 1% chance of rain. The official Lone Star weather tree outside lets me know that winds are coming out of the south at 9 miles an hour. 76% humidity makes it feel like 95 degrees already. Remember, folks, when we talk these numbers, that's in the shade. So it's going to go up even more if you're outside. So wear a hat, wear SPF 3000, have bottled water on you, and just let's be safe out there.
Traffic conditions in the Montgomery County area, I'm not seeing really any issues at all. Zero accidents or incidences are being reported. If you are heading to Houston, expect some slowdowns right there at I-10-945. If you're heading northbound on Highway 69 or 45, you're good to go everywhere. So there you go. Traffic's pretty good in the Montgomery County area. You're still hanging out. We're still hanging out with our guests.
Yeah, we got Jessica and Pamela
Good morning.
from Intrepid Design in the studios here. The firefighters loved us. I'm telling you, it was like a special episode of Chips or something, you know, where they run out the door and you freeze frame and then the credits start popping up. Right. And don't know if Josh is still tuned in. We were talking about Batman, you know, them being like Batman, and Josh is big into Batman. So that's why
I'm a huge Batman fan.
Really?
Yes.
You got to meet Josh. He actually plays Batman at the Renaissance Festival.
No way.
You know, medieval Batman.
Are you supposed to tell people that? I thought the whole idea of
all I'm saying,
a Cape Crusader
I'm not
is
saying,
to be...
I'm not saying that Josh Palmer is Batman. I'm just saying that I've never seen Josh Palmer and Batman in the same room at the same time together, and we'll leave it at that. Okay.
All right. Just making sure you got to protect these people.
That's right.
Okay, so just remind folks, I think, do we ever find out if it's today's the last day?
Yes, today is the last day for
early voting. Right.
Conroe.
So we have the
there's
City
literally
Council.
one thing on the
one
ballot?
runoff election for position 4 of City Council.
We have Raymond McDonald running for that position. And the other candidate doesn't matter.
Against someone else?
Against no name.
So tell us more about Intrepid Design that does political stuff.
I wonder who they're supporting.
Yeah. That was funny. That actually
So
caught me
I
off
will
guard.
I will actually be leaving here, going down to City Hall to vote for Raymond McDonald.
There you go.
Okay, now-
Pamela, unfortunately, is not a resident of the city of Conroe, so she doesn't get to vote.
Nor I'm a Woodlands boy, so I'm
But
stuck
Dick,
down
you
there.
live in Conroe, right?
Raymond.
Yeah, we just moved here last weekend.
But
So
yeah.
Dick and I can go early vote.
he hasn't
for Raymond
registered.
McDonald.
I'm registered in Montgomery.
Oh.
So
Well, Raymond McDonald, if you're out there listening, I will be the only one in studio this morning voting for you.
there you go.
But we all love you, though. So that's
Oh, great.
Well, apparently there's much love towards
buy
you.
a table at Fire Up the Bands 2018 for, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Raymond, buy more votes by buying a table at Raymond did get the endorsement from the
He did
professional
from
fire.
from their Professional Firefighter Association. He did get that endorsement. So
Oh, cool. People do know that last I checked, and this is one of the sad but true facts, 302 people had voted in the runoff election for the entire city.
Unfortunately, people don't understand just how much their local elections matter. Everyone votes for the president. You know, everyone turns out for that for the most part.
Well, it's Council Place 4, and it's Raymond McDonald and Annie Jefferson Burnett.
Yes.
So there you go. Annie Jefferson Burnett. You want me to say it 3 times so people forget? When
It's the name you don't need to remember.
So, but don't forget that the official day is June 30th, and that's the runoff election happening here in Conroe. So if you ever are a registered Conroe person, or to Conroe, as HCC likes to say it today, you can go vote. So there you go.
And do know that your vote does count, because Dick and I were making fun of the fact after the primaries happened, there were 5 mud districts that were 3 mud districts that were each of them in a 5-way tie, because each candidate got 2 votes.
Well, that's what happened with Raymond McDonald. You know, he's in this because I think it came down to 50 votes. So he's in a runoff now because of 50 votes. You load up a car full of 5 people, take them to the vote.
Yeah. Well, think about it. So these runoff elections for the MUDs are that the 2 votes meant you voted for yourself and you got your spouse to vote for you, though.
A cart, dropping people off in a cart.
But if you can't get more than yourself and your spouse to vote for you, then all you needed literally is 1 more vote. You would have swept it. Not even a runoff. So people, vote counts. Vote your conscience. Vote often.
I'm telling
vote
you,
early.
they just need to make it online.
Vote Raymond McDonald.
They just need to make it online.
Online voting.
Online
Oh
voting.
yeah, we're
They
back
need to
on
do
that
it.
one. Yeah, we had that long discussion about that a few weeks ago, didn't we? And don't forget, after this is all over, we still have the general in
So
November.
what will happen is when they do make it online, they're going to be one of those login things that's the most ridiculous password requirements. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's like, oh, it needs to be 12, at least 12 characters.
One capital,
one symbol.
one number, one hashtag, one. Oh my
Skin
golly!
cell
I
from
just
your firstborn child.
right, just do a retinal scan. But
So-
yeah, so we do have the general coming up too in November. So the fun ain't over yet.
Yeah, because you guys do nonprofits and political.
That's correct.
Now,
yes.
why don't y'all do for profits? What's these bad people?
Caught me off guard with that
Well,
one.
because to me, because you help raise
Because-
money. Is
because
that what
here's
it
the
is?
thing, yes.
You can't
So-
raise money for profit people, can you?
I'm pretty sure that's just like general revenue, right?
Yeah, you'd be PR, right? That's
Right.
basically what you would do.
Right.
Okay. I'm just trying to understand. You know, why would you deny service, right?
Because their
Ooh,
hearts are in the
that's
non
deep.
their hearts are in the nonprofit world.
Yes.
Okay, good.
They
I'm
do.
just wondering.
They do so much good for our community.
This
so.
is true. Okay. So what's coming on the horizon then? Because I know November is a big election time. But then nonprofit, when is the usual nonprofit fundraising? Is there like a
November?
Yeah, well, it kind of kicks up in like October, September, October.
Okay.
The during the summer months, everyone's on vacation, and so it's a little slow during those times. But
Well, in your opinion, what's the most effective way for nonprofits to fundraise? Like having
Ooh.
events like Fire at the Bands, or is it one of those like, hey, subscribe monthly and donate $5 to save a kid or
Bachelor
whatever?
auctions, duck races.
yeah, I think everyone wants to see return for their money.
Yeah.
They want to see what their money's going out in the community and what it's doing. When you have things like Fire Up the Band, that brings people together to be involved and be a part of something. People donate for different reasons. They give their funds for different reasons. Some like to feel good about what they've done. Some do it just because they know that that's what they should do. It's not. It's always kind of an emotional.
Well, I
thing.
always wonder why people didn't say like, hey, we're going to have all these really important people there because we secretly paid them to come, and then they can fund, like, because people want to make connections. It's like kind of like,
and that's kind of the reason why I got into this.
because you wanted to make
Because
connections.
I love people. I love making those connections.
I was talking about like, under the table connections, getting to know that city
Altruism
council
does
person.
exist out in the world, Dick. It's there.
There's got to be a way to make money from it.
That's an argument all on its own,
Well, I had to a long time ago reconcile the fact that you can be an altruist and an opportunist at the same time.
Yes.
Because you got to find the best way to give whoever your client is or your candidate or yourself your own voice to hit the maximum number of people. Sometimes there has to be self-promotion.
And I mean, there's so many things you can do other than donating your money, giving
And your
your
time.
money. Your time.
Think
is
about
a
the Montgomery
huge
County
thing.
Food Bank. They have the best of both worlds. They get people to donate, and they don't have to pay people to pack the things because they volunteer to do it.
And that's the reason the Conroe Firefighters Association, why they are so important, why these politicals want their endorsements so much, because those guys turn out. They have these guys who turn out. They work the polls. They walk. They do all these things for their candidates that they truly believe in. And
Plus, you'll see Lloyd coming into your house when it's on fire.
also that.
So that helps.
Lloyd's got my vote.
I know that guy.
But that's what I was trying to say earlier is that just above and beyond their job description, just being prepared to run into a burning building would be enough. But no, these guys and gals, I remember the boot thing. I love MDA.
They actually put on an event last Friday. It was Fire Ops 101. Is that the name of it? Pamela actually participated in that.
I have a TV co-host on Mondays, Christy Leggett, and
She did that.
yeah, I made her wear her fire helmet on the air yesterday.
She was
She was going for it. She smelled like bacon.
Bacon.
Yeah, just the hat she had. It had
So
a
it's
bacon.
like a combination of sweat and smoke.
I don't think I want to know what that's a combination.
No,
of.
bacon's a good smell.
Why
people.
is this girl smelling like bacon?
Come here, you smell like bacon. No, it was like the smoke in the helmet. It permeated and just.
My grandfather years ago used to work for a forestry service, and they would fight fires, with their tractors and everything. He never smelled like bacon when he would come home.
Maybe I just wanted Christy to smell like bacon. I guess that must have been what it was. Who knows? But yeah, we were talking about that yesterday. That was very.
Why are you smelling Christy?
Because she was sitting like 4 inches away from me. It was a small studio.
It gets deeper.
Yeah, right.
Why don't you smell me?
I do. You just don't
All right,
notice.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably stink. That's why I said over here.
You don't smell like bacon. You smell like bacon before it becomes bacon.
Yeah.
Jessica, do you smell like bacon?
I do not smell like bacon.
Well, there you go. But anything else you want to talk about? Like, do you have any things coming up for clients or anything? Because I know Fire at the Bands, July 14th.
Yeah,
and tickets are available
That's our
online.
exciting one right now. Like I said, the summer months are a little slow, but that's the one we're really focusing on right now.
And you want people to go vote
We do want people to go vote.
for
It's very important to
Conroe.
vote.
So there you go. Well, yeah, I guess you can say you're a guest.
We say vote. They say who to vote for.
I just think it's kind of funny that they're spending so much time for one piece of paper for one vote. But then again, that's all the beauty of it.
Mhm.
So, okay.
There you go.
That's why it needs to be online, people.
You keep pushing this online thing.
Oh, yeah, it's an ongoing thing with him.
Yeah, I just don't understand why not.
Because, having a
Voter fraud. Are you kidding me? That's what everybody's
like,
talking about these days.
Well, my
website-
logic behind that is if you are willing to trust a website to handle your money, then we have the security ways of securing your vote.
There's these people out there called hackers.
But I'm just saying,
Oh,
you
you don't
trust.
even need-
If you trust your money in online, then you got to trust your vote online. Like
I don't
'cause
even
some
worry.
people value
Come on,
money
I
more than
Google
their vote.
something these days and it pops up in my Facebook.
Right.
When
It's not
you-
even
What?
trust or hackers. I got 3 words for you. Healthcare.gov.
I don't.
Remember when
I
that
don't-
came out?
I'm just.
To have a government-run website, forget it.
I'm just saying it would be. It's doable. I don't know why they don't want to do it. There's not a real good reason not to do it.
Well, we now have a Space Force. Perhaps we should put Dick ahead of the. What would you call that? Online voting.
You just call it voting.
Cloud voting.
It would be voting.
Cloud voting. I vote.
It would just be voting. I don't know how.
Vote in the cloud.
I mean, there's technical sides to it because you have to tie it in somewhere to prove who you are. But then, because right now, from what I understand, when you register, in Texas, the ways to register is through your driver's license, through what else? So there's the DMV, and then is there anything to do with the courts? You can go does anyone help me out here? Y'all know.
You're the one telling the story, boss man.
Well, I'm figuring you tie it in whatever that way is. And so that's the website you use. So when I use the DMV, I use my login anyway to renew my license, to do all that stuff. Then just add a little tab that says vote.
Yo, we're solving the world's problems this morning.
1 inch at a time here.
We've attacked voting. We've attacked.
But you can still vote locally. Like, you can still walk into places. You want to touch and feel things. We've already talked about that, right?
Right.
I think actually you're not. I did find out you're not allowed to touch people at the voting. That was a big deal.
You can get as close as you want though, and make them take your papers.
Yeah, it's really weird.
I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
Those people run.
Well, no, we can't hand you that. Mm-hmm. What? They put it on the table. It's like, here you go. I'm like, okay.
Just walk. Next time you go to vote, just have like a manila folder filled with like cut up pieces of paper and throw it down there. Like, this is for you. See what they do with it.
And they try to kick you out. There's always that one. Every time I've gone to vote, there's always that one person who's like power hungry.
Yes.
Who's like just directing everybody where you're gonna go. And I'll never forget. I did it in Montgomery, and there's like 7 open lanes. It's like, you're going to lane 3, and I'm like, do I have to? It's on the other side of the building. Can I just go right here?
He has a plan, man.
Yeah. When you fail security guard school, you got to end up somewhere.
Yeah. Thank you. You're listening to Mornings of Lone Star.
I used to be a security guard.
So I used to do everything.
Yeah. Were you the security guard that got to carry the gun?
No comment.
So, Jessica, everyone, anything else y'all want to say?
That's it. Join us for 2018 Fire Up the Bands. Come out and have a good time with us.
We will be pushing this on our podcast later today.
Yeah.
But just seriously, go to Facebook or Google, type in 2018 Fire Up the Bands. Conroe, and that ought to take care of all the keywords you need.
Texas country, firefighters, and beer.
Featuring headlining acts.
It's a surprise.
Does he have a beer named after him?
Is this a bachelorette party?
It sounds like it.
Yeah, the way you just described it was totally a chick thing. It's like,
I mean, come on. We have Texas country, firefighters, and beer. Oh my!
Who doesn't want to come to that?
Well, me, because I feel emasculated. Like, I don't.
I'm scared enough my man that I'll be there.
Bam!
I'm also there.
All right, cool. You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio, Mornings of Lone Star. We'll be right back.
A Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show with monthly and weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the station message line at 936-647-3776 to take your first step into the radio world.
What can the Better Living for Texans program do for you? You can learn how to increase your consumption of fruits and vegetables, choose foods that are relatively inexpensive and good to eat, make your food dollars last longer, prepare quick, nutritious meals, help your children learn how to eat healthier snacks, and much more. Our program is committed to helping people like you improve your health through providing research-based nutrition education in a friendly, cost-free, and relaxed environment. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
The Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service has been dedicated to educating Texans for over a century. In 1915, the Extension Program was established under the federal Smith-Lever Act to deliver university knowledge and agricultural research findings directly to the people. Ever since, AgriLife Extension programs have addressed the emerging issues of the day, serving diverse populations across the state. Texans turn to Extension for solutions in horticulture, agriculture, 4-H and youth, and family and consumer sciences. Extension agents respond not only with answers, but also with resources and services that result in significant returns on investment to boost the economy. Join us Fridays at 1 o'clock for the AgriLife Extension Hour.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Hello, welcome back. Mornings Lone Star, Dick and Skippy, 10:22 on the dot. 86 degrees. It's creeping up to 93. It's going to be hot. Be careful out there. It was hot in the studio momentarily. We had Jessica and Pamela from Intrepid Design. We also had some firefighters. Thanks, Lieutenant, and the two gents with you. We really appreciate it. We hope you guys are safe right now. You had to leave the studio to go out to a call. Hopefully it was another Fluffy stuck in the tree. But we did learn if there's a cat stuck in the tree, just take some salmon, put it on the base of the tree, and let nature take its course. There we go.
Cool.
But that way, we're talking about the 8th annual Fire Up the Bands happening on July 14th. Sounds like a lot of fun. Listeners who were we tried our best to get them to spill the beans on who the secret act was. But here's the thing. It needs to be a really good act now. Because if it's like someone we've barely heard of, it's going to be a letdown. So we're going to assume that there's like a really popular person. Clint, I don't know if there was a beer named after it or not. These ladies were tight-lipped, and then we just got to wait till July 1st. So that's it on that. We will post about this on our podcast, which will come out later tonight, as well as seriously, just Google 2018 Fire Up the Bands Conroe, and I think that ought to take care of the search keywords right there.
So you said there was breaking news.
Breaking news that just popped up. So I'm kind of reading as we do it. The Supreme Court, in a narrow 5-4 decision, not like the narrow 7-2 decision for the other day. That was funny. Upheld President Trump's travel ban, the ban on travel to many countries, several of them Muslim, rejecting the challenge that it discriminated against Muslims or that it exceeded his authority. The 549, I'm just reading off of Reuters, AP story here, so bear with me. 5-4 decision today is the court's first substantive ruling on any Trump administration policy. But this, the travel ban was a big one. Chief Justice John Roberts wrote the majority opinion, joined by 4 conservative colleagues. Roberts wrote that presidents have substantial power to regulate immigration. He also rejected the challenger's claim of anti-Muslim bias, but he was careful not to endorse either Trump's provocative statements about immigration in general and Muslims in particular. Quote, "We express no view on the soundness of the policy," Roberts wrote. Travel ban has been fully in place since the court declined to block it in December. But now that it is a Supreme Court ruling, it is the law of the land. This Supreme Court, to me, and we may want to get special guest Chuck Meyer in one time because Chuck is like a Supreme Court nut. Seems to be a very active court this session. They start the first Monday in October. They're not 24, they're not 365 a year. They have a session. And sometimes I can't imagine the last time a Supreme Court has been this active. I honestly can't think. I mean, it's usually not top of my news list anyway on a good day. But this Supreme Court is coming up with decisions on both sides of the fence. So I'm not like, yeah, they're all doing these viewings. They're just making some sound decisions or some heavy decisions on a pretty consistent basis this time around. So against it, the four who were against it on the Supreme Court, Justice Sonia Sotomayor, she wrote in a dissent that based on the evidence in the case, a reasonable observer would conclude that the proclamation was motivated by anti-Muslim animus. Justices Stephen Breyer, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and Elena Kagan also dissented. There's something to keep an eye on, but again, once it hits the Supreme Court, that's it. Now, of course, the Supreme Court can always overturn itself down the line, but when the Supreme Court makes a decision, it's not light. It's like a constitutional amendment. We've actually had a constitutional amendment to negate a previous constitutional amendment. So it does happen, but it's not rare. Once an amendment's there, or once a Supreme Court decision is there, it's pretty much there and would take something very huge to change it. So the court leaning towards the fact that you can have an immigration policy that may not necessarily mean it's against anyone, if that makes sense. I myself am all for legal immigration. I'm not a fan of illegal immigration, but that doesn't make me anti-South American or Central American or south of the border or anti-Canadian by any stretch of the imagination. I think there are legal ways and illegal ways to do something. And for the most part, for me, legal wins out. So this travel ban decision, I'd love to hear listeners' thoughts on this. I think it's big. No, it truly is, because remember, from this, other laws are based on a result or a precedent is set.
Well, the only thing it tells me is it takes 18 months to do anything.
Well, when you get a Supreme Court, yeah, it does. But that you want it to be fully vetted out and thought out. And I think the precedent it sets is like I just tried to probably frame poorly, is this travel ban. You know, the dissenters were like, oh, it's anti-Muslim. And the majority said, no, it's not. It's not anti-Muslim.
I mean, like, again, that's something in today's world, when you have one person saying something, you can never take it as is, face value. You have to go, all right, I understand what you said. Let me look into it. Because, I mean, my biggest thing about, and I didn't really fully understand, was when they started calling it that, I was like, so why aren't they banning the biggest populations of Muslims in the world? Like, they're not banning those countries.
Not banning India, you know.
So, and that's what I mean. We're talking about a large amount too, not just like, oh, they have a few hundred more. But so that's what kind of like weirded me out a little bit, because clearly they were targeted for specific reasons. And did they ever release those reasons, or was it just kind of like, hey, we're randomly selecting these 9, 10, 15 places that we want to start changing the way we do our
I don't think they're random.
process.
Because, I mean, even think about it. The FAA puts out travel advisories all the time. Hey, don't go to Ethiopia this week. Never go to North Korea. Don't go here because of A, B, and C. And remember, not everybody knows everything. There are classifications like top secret and classified for a reason. And no, the public does not have a right to know everything. Period. End of subject. And, you know, we can have great discussions about that on or off there if you want. But it's to me, it's true. Not everyone is entitled to know everything about everyone. And so decisions are made, especially at high levels in the government or in business, that you don't get to know. And if you disagree with me, now, of course, you want transparency in government. So this isn't the best comparison. But if two businesses are planning on merging, they can't tell anyone about it. Even you can say, well, I have a right to know. No, because it could affect stock prices and business decisions. So you don't have a right to know. Now, government, you do want more transparency, but the same basic principles are in place. Some things you don't need to know, or your knowledge it would be detrimental to the outcome, the desired outcome. So there you go.
Well, cool.
Yeah, that was the breaking news, and that really caught me off guard when I saw it. I wasn't expecting that decision to come down.
It takes 18 months. That's good. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So what's next on the Supreme Court? What's like is there anything else going through there?
I want to look up now. I'm kind of excited that they are going into this. They're could be, are they choosing cases that maybe are hitting the public button, like something along the Me Too movement, harassment. I've lost the word I'm looking for. Not guidelines, but you know what I'm talking about. What makes something harassment? Could that be next on the list? Immigration, the cake one, because again, their policy, they're ruling on the cake scenario. The Christian Baker was very narrow, and I think it was properly done. That it wasn't an overreaching law saying you must open up. Here's the thing: if the Supreme Court had ruled you have to serve someone even if you don't believe in them or in what they believe in, then this whole red hen thing would have been illegal. So those who are bemoaning the previous ruling or cheering the red hen incident, you can't have it both ways. And that's for both sides of the aisle. You can't be saying, well, red hen should be, you should be forced to shut down. No, they'll shut down on their own if people stop going. It's a business decision. I think businesses should be allowed to make their decisions, but must be prepared to answer to the repercussions of that decision.
Okay.
In my humble opinion.
Well, cool. Let's take a half-hour break right now. And when we come back, I want to talk about this gun going off in IKEA where a kid found it.
You told me about it.
Yeah.
I want to hear more about this.
So that's kind of an interesting story. Basically, a guy went to an IKEA. His gun fell out of his whatever. And then a kid found it. And apparently
they shot. Same gun that the FBI agent dropped during a disco dance and shot somebody.
I mean, here we go. Firearms training, even for kids.
Right.
You listen to Lone Star Community Radio 1032 here on irlonestar.com. We are Montgomery County's community radio morning show, and we'll be right back.
Sweet Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Hey guys, this is Connor.
This is Dick.
This is Chris.
And we're with the Ticket Stub Podcast every Thursday live at noon on 104.5 and 106.1 FM in the Conroe area. Also, anytime at irlonestar.com. You go to irlonestar.com/TTS. You can find all of our social media.
And don't forget, we give away 2 tickets to the Grand Theater on every show.
If you like movies and you like complaining or celebrating anything that has to do with the silver screen, check out the Ticket Stub Podcast and join us every Thursday at noon o'clock on Lone Star Community Radio.
Our talk shows and music shows are looking for sponsors. Want to expand your brand awareness? Reach the hyper-local audience in Montgomery County? Lone Star Community Radio sponsorships accomplish this. Want to see our stats and rates? Check out irlonestar.com/sponsor for more information. Or call in and leave us a message at 936-647-3776 with your question. Get seen on TV or YouTube and heard on our podcast, FM, and internet radio. Sponsor your local radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
An estimated 1 in 10 births will result in a neonatal intensive care stay, also known as the NICU. Overnight, a family can find themselves and their newborn baby in a critical situation. The Mila Foundation financially and spiritually assists families in need. If you would like to volunteer or become a monthly sponsor, please visit us at www.themilafoundation.org. Again, that's www.themilafoundation.org, because every life matters.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Welcome back. Morning's Lone Star, Dick and Skippy, 10:35 on the dot on a hot, sunshiny day of 86 degrees. Feeling like almost 100 outside already with the heat index. So be cautious out there, friends and family and listeners. So Dick and I talking off the air, finding some breaking headlines come in. Interesting report came in.
What about my gun thing?
Oh,
Why
the
do you
gun
always
thing.
do
I'm sorry.
that?
I'm sorry.
You
I
always do that.
I do, don't I? I've totally forgot. I was looking at my thing. Tell me about the IKEA gun thing.
So apparently in a suburb in Indianapolis, a child found a gun in an IKEA and shot it off. And it seems that a customer had a gun on him and it fell into the couch cushion.
Oh, like the customer was checking out the couch. Oh, this is comfortable. And it fell out of their holster or pocket.
Yep.
Wow. Hey, gun owner that lets your gun fall out of your holster or pocket, you're dumb. You do stupid stuff like that and it gives people going, oh, see, that's why all guns should be banned. So be smart and secure your weapon. Take some extra training, for crying out loud. So how old was this kid?
The reports aren't saying weren't saying how old they were.
But I'm guessing probably 10-year-old range.
Enough
maybe.
where they grabbed it and they shot it off. So I mean, you can guess how old that is. I'm not really sure.
Well, anywhere from 4 to 14, I'm guessing.
I wonder how often that happens.
I'd like to think not very.
I mean,
to have somebody, quote, lose a gun. I mean, but a few weeks ago, we had an FBI agent on a dance floor and his gun dropped out of his pocket. And
well, that's something I've
shot
always,
someone.
like my uncle, he's been a police officer, HPD for, I don't know how long now, but he always is like, he always seemed to be always been holding, because he's off duty or on duty or whatever. And I always like imagined your lifestyle of having a gun on you at all times. How do you does it become one of those things where it's so part of your outfit that it falls out of your pocket and you don't even realize it? Like what? I mean, you know what I'm talking about?
No, it also depends on what kind of gun it was.
Well, I mean,
let's
like,
say it's a little.
What's the world's smallest gun?
Would be like
that's practical.
Two-shot Derringer.
That's like practical.
It's purely a guess on my part, but a little two-shot gun, a little dinky girl gun.
Well, I don't think that's the normal handgun people will carry around.
Well, it's favorite for purses and stuff.
Okay.
But as far as probably 9mm.
So how do you have that fall out of your pants, and then you're leaving the store and you're like, oh, I feel like I'm not forgetting anything.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering the size of the gun, because we, men for the most part, when our wallet is gone, we feel it just as we're sitting down. We don't have the bump hitting our butt kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or the phone, if you put a phone in your pocket, you feel it's lost. So for this person not to have, now unless it happened, like he stood up, started walking away, and 3 seconds later the kid grabs the gun. Hey, what's this? Blam. Yeah, I get it, but seriously, it's first off, you don't want to put a gun in a pocket anyways. You want to put it in a secured holster, and you want to secure the holster with the snap or the Velcro that comes with said holster.
I mean, that's one thing that's a question I have about this circumstance.
Could have been like a dead drop, like a bad guy taking a gun, sticking down the sofa cushions for someone else to pick up, and then the kid found it first.
Maybe. I mean, maybe it's the holster style of the holster. It's like you don't even feel the gun on you. So but I still don't know how you would have a gun on you and not either be open carry or I only know even being in Texas, I've only seen it maybe 5 times, if that.
What, an open carry?
An open carry.
Oh yeah. And if you remember, just how the media was freaking out. Oh, it's gonna be the Old West. Nah, this means you can show your gun now.
But I mean, like still today, I only see a handful of people do it.
Yep.
So I mean, it's just kind of this story kind of jumped out at me because it's one of those. One person's going to grab it and say, we need to have gun education for kids now. And
someone else is going to grab it and say, we got to ban all guns now.
Yeah.
And just like I said,
well, I think IKEA does have no guns on site.
If that's the case, part of me is afraid that this guy saw that, went, uh-oh, and decided to stick his gun down the sofa cushion so he wouldn't get caught, especially if he was open carrying. And then the kid grabbed it. Because to have a gun, quote, fall out of your pocket or holster, I feel
what's
my keys
interesting,
fall out.
The question too I have for this one gentleman is what's going to happen to his license? Because I don't know. Like I honestly don't know.
That's a good question.
Like the only time I know you can lose your handgun license is if you're drinking and you have a firearm on you, or if you take the firearm into a place that's like a bar or something like that,
Oh,
and you get
places,
reported.
yeah.
But the main factor in all those circumstances is you have to be reported. Like someone with authority has to log it and be like.
And where was this? What state was this in again?
This is in Indianapolis.
Indiana. I wonder if they have open carry there.
So,
I presume they do, because Texas was the 45th state to allow open carry. So those two thought we were all yeehaws for jumping into it.
I'd be interested.
44 states did it before we did.
If a listener knows that, please let us know. Also, all right, we have a user on Facebook that lets us know, we've always had a gun education for kids. I don't know really what the public school systems are doing these days, but also, do you think the social normalization of weapons and TV and things like that, it's becoming something for a kid to see a gun and not more of like, you see a gun, report it. You don't grab it. You don't play with it.
So like basic guns, there was, I believe home ec was changed to a class called life skills, if memory serves, because obviously they had to update it. Now, I still think they should teach home ec. You should learn how to cook and iron and launder and also balance a checkbook. There's not a school course, to my knowledge, that teaches you how to budget and how to balance a checkbook. I think there should be. And I think with that, when maybe we have evolved or devolved, depending on how you look at it, to the point where a school would need to add basic gun safety to a curriculum. And I would put that under the life skills class, like basically how you can survive past grade school. And that might include that. Good point. Very good point. But yeah, right. It needs to be a stronger education. I want to delve into this Indianapolis case here, because a gun falling out of a holster or pocket, I just don't get it unless it's a little. The Dinky Derringer.
Well, you have to accept that there's a freak accident. There is, weird things do happen in today's and in the world. But I think what's, like I said, the question really asks is what's going to happen to this gentleman and his license afterwards, and then also I wish there was a security camera to really see, because in my mind, and again, I can't put myself into this guy's shoes, because he might be, numb to his gun because he carries it so much. But then again, if I don't have my phone on me, I have that phantom feeling going oh, where's my phone? And it's in my hand.
But then sometimes I'll be
kind of like your glasses. Do you ever have those phantom feeling with your glasses?
Oh, absolutely.
You don't realize they're on your head or your
I put them on my, top of my head, and I go looking for them. I mean, we all have the moment, and that kind of raises a good point. And I think Brett's on the same, with his message, same track with me. So we're kind of blaming the guy now for dropping his gun, but here's the thing. The kid picked it up and shot it. And if this kid is old enough, unless there's a toddler, is it incumbent on the kid's parents to do, if you see a gun, don't pick it up, put it down and call an adult over or something. Don't play with it. So here's the thing. The kid actually, now, did somebody get shot, or did they just shot the gun?
They just shot the gun.
Okay. So kid picked up something that wasn't his and fired it and could have killed someone. So is the kid and or the kid's parents culpable for this to the extent of the person whose gun it was? Now, of course, there are laws that giving kids access to a firearm, there are typically laws against that. But if, as you said, accidents happen, and this guy, very interesting. No easy answers to this one.
Well, I don't think it's really a situation that asks for answers.
Well, no answers to keep it from happening again.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that more guns don't fall out of people's holsters or pockets in an IKEA, and we also want to make sure that if it does happen, there's a backup that no one will pick it up and shoot it. Maybe get those biometric guns. They only fire when it's your palm print. I saw it in a James Bond movie.
There's another thing I want to talk about before we take our break.
Okay.
Is I was reading an article in NBCChicago.com, and there was a Chicago bar that banned "Make America Great Again" hats.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know that you can easily say there's an uproar today's fashion, but what made me question this was I wonder how many bars are out there that do have limitations on what you can wear in. And why do they do it? Like a dress code or anything?
No shoes, no shirt.
And when I discovered there's a lot of sports bars who ban jerseys and things.
Because that's fight can go down.
Yeah, fight can go. I didn't even think about that. And that's what one thing got me surprised. Maybe this is what this bar has been having issues
That could be it. And of course, the knee-jerk reaction if you're a Republican to
Which
go,
is-
well,
which is
screw this
wonderful.
person. Again, this, as you just pointed out, this bar, this eating and drinking establishment could have just said, we're tired of the fights happening. And again, it's their decision to make. So again, I believe businesses should have the right to make certain decisions, as long as it's not blatantly discriminatory against a protected class.
We're gonna do a rewind. Rewind real quick. Brett on Facebook goes, "Where were the parents during the kids pulling up the gun?"
Agreed. That's what I'm saying. Are they as
And,
culpable?
You know, Brett, this is another tally mark for why we should ship kids away. When they hit 3 years old, ship them away till they're 16, and then when they come back, they can join the rest of society.
Right.
But no, the bar thing was really funny though, because there really are weird circumstances where they ban, you can't wear closed-toe shoes because there was one I was reading. There was they had closed-toe shoes because of people stepping on people's toes, and they broken foot like toes and stuff like that. So they go, you got to wear
open. You have to wear clothes,
yeah.
uh-huh.
And so I thought that was kind of interesting because there were, I don't know where the location of the bar, but it was enough to where it was outside and problems were happening.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And Brett's on a roll today, and he said, "There's no Houston bar that will allow me in if I celebrated Pantsless Friday." To which I respond, "Hold my beer."
So
I will find said place, and I will celebrate Pantsless Friday in some way, shape, or
and
form.
what's interesting to me too is when you ban that hat, is there something like a wall you make where a list of things that are banned? Because I can understand it becoming like a niche thing where it's like we know that place because they don't let you wear Cowboys jerseys because that is a Texans place, and it's kind of the running joke. Or it's like not I'm talking
Well, should
about.
a shopkeeper, when they make a decision like this, be held accountable for the reasoning? Do they have to be able to give a quote legal reason or a sound reason for it? Like, no Make America, no MAGA hats again. Why not? Because we had fights going on. Well, okay. Well, I hate our president. Well, that's discriminatory. See.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's interesting how to enforce that and then also make it known to the public. Because either you do it for for financial reasons because you want to, stir up controversy. People on social media say these things so they come check you out, or they protest you or whatever. Or B, you're like, hey, we've gotten so many fights and people are getting hurt. We just don't allow political stances at.
Well, here's the thing, and again, more breaking news.
Because when are the Democrats going to make a hat?
Well, they had their poster, the Hope poster.
Yeah, but they got to make a hat so we can wear hats. Like it's a new thing.
But they would clash with the.
I mean, that hat. I wonder how much money they've made off that hat.
Oh, the MAGA hat. Tell me about it. But more breaking news that
I'm gonna check that
Mike
out.
Huckabee.
Where do you even buy those?
Mike Huckabee, who's the father of Sarah Huckabee Sanders, the White
you
House
can get them at
Press Secretary.
Walmart?
Yeah, you can get them anywhere. But apparently, the Red Hen incident. Check this out: the Red Hen incident. Not only did Sanders leave when asked, and she didn't even post about it till the
There's so many
waiter.
There's so many knockoffs.
Oh yeah.
This is wonderful.
But apparently, as Sanders and her company, which included her very liberal in-laws, went to another restaurant, the staff of the Red Hen got people to go over to the other restaurant and heckle them at the other restaurant. So this went beyond just simply saying, we don't want you in our establishment because we don't believe in what you believe in, or we believe you're a bad person. They actually continued the heckling off their property. And that's just, to me, that's going too far. That's too much. That's not a peaceful protest.
So just to give you an idea of this bar ban, they also banned face tattoos. So I guess they released a list of what they ban.
There you go.
So they have a posted message banning customers with face tattoos and those wearing the slogan "Make America Great Again."
Does that mean I can walk into a
it's a classy environment. That's what the bar owner says.
Well, again, so does that mean that if I wore a MAGA hat, I'm not classy?
I don't know.
Good, no easy answers. But again, as a private business owner, do what you want, and if you get more great people, great. If you lose people, rethink your business strategy.
That's great. I still can't find how much these hats are. I'm still looking.
You want me to get you a MAGA hat?
No, I just want I'm interested in how much money he makes off these things.
I don't think he does. Well, I don't think he can. I think any money his businesses make has to go into some kind of a trust or something.
No, he has an official Trump store. And it is.
If he were smart, then every proceed from it would go towards something
it's
that's not him.
RNC.
Okay.
Yeah. Interesting. Oh my God. They have a whole. You have got to see this.
But talk to us, Dick.
They have a one-piece bathing suit for ladies.
Well, who's that actress? Oh, she's African American, not Stacey Dash, the other one. She's a Trump supporter. She actually wore a Trump dress to like the Golden Globes.
Well, that was
something.
handmade though, wasn't it? Like you can't just go to Kohl's and buy one.
Well,
of those.
maybe now you can.
That's amazing. Let's see. I wonder how many. All right. Well, we gotta be closing up today's show. I'm interested I'm going down a portal here. So we are gonna be closing up today's show. Today's show is brought to you by
Conroe Coffee
and Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. We do have a guest tomorrow.
Ew.
Isn't that weird? It's weird to have guests.
It looks like we're just like ramping up the guests.
You know how on Monday we were talking about that bakery who got the Taste Fest award, the Tasty Award.
The Tasty Award.
Yeah, we're gonna get Vernley's Bayou Bakery in the studio, and you know who's gonna be joining her?
The baker with a armful of baked goods for us to test.
Our good neighbor Leo.
No way.
Yeah, I want them to come in, so they're gonna be in tomorrow around 10:15.
Hey, watch out, bakery. Leo's going to come in and try and get your secret recipe.
I want to say a special thanks to today's guests, Fire Up the Bands.
Thank you to Jessica Stark and Pamela Morris.
And the Conroe Firefighters Association, who are raising money July 14th for the new 501(c) Conroe Firefighters Foundation.
There you go.
They do a lot for the community, folks. So check that out on Facebook. Let's look up 2018 Fire Up the Bands. It's happening at Pacific Yard House. So that's going to be a lot of fun for the new venue over there. Outside that, we will be back tomorrow morning at the normal time at 9 a.m. You can check out today's show on Facebook Live, YouTube Live right after the broadcast. So we were ready for replay. And then if you subscribe to our podcast, you can always download us on iTunes and Google Play. And follow us on our social media because we post all of our cool stuff. Again, Linda is going to be in tomorrow with Vernley's Bayou Bakery.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do bring sweets, I'll have a sugar crash and you're going to be able to handle the show, right?
I can handle the show.
All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in here on Lone Star Community Radio. Remember, make Alaska gastronomic again.
MAGA!
So thank you, Brett, for always bringing some humor to the show. But we will be back tomorrow morning. You listen to Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's community radio station. And Sean, it was good to see you.
Dick, same with you, man. See you tomorrow.
I'm going to go see Ocean's 8.
You go see Ocean's 8. Stub. I got to find Baby Driver. I'm going to have a judge ticked off at me.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.